Hi guys, welcome to my channel TechETL. So in the previous video, I have shown how to load data from a file, from a CSV file to a database table. So we had a table called as address, like source file, and then it was loaded to a table in dbweaver. If you see, uh, we have 5 rows exactly from the file. Now we want to enhance this job. We want to read the connection details from tdb connection component. We do not want to hard code these components here. Let's say if we have to use multiple tdb output, so we'll need to repeat these connection details, and also we'll have those many transactions. So it's better to have a single transaction and single connection details. So let's start with that. So first of all, I'll duplicate this job. So I'll say like the name with tdb connection. That will be our component name for today. So in the beginning, we will use a component t-pre job. This says that this component says that this is the beginning of the job, and then we'll be using tdb connection. So here I need to pass all the connection details as we passed in tdb output. So I'll be using same connection like mysql. So I'll copy paste all the details from here. Localhost, database name is first, username is locally suppose, and then I need to pass password. I will connect this tpre job with tdb connection. So in the beginning of the job run, it will first connect to database, and then it will read the file system, and then it will load to a database table. Okay, so after passing all the connection details, we need to use this connection in the tdb output, reuse this connection. So I'll say use an existing connection, tdb connection, table name remains same. Now before doing a load again, I will truncate the table to make sure that our data will get reloaded again. So after truncating, and then I will run the job. Somehow it is having some connection details. I'll pass the password. I will try to run the job. Yeah, now you see we are able to execute it. And now let's see if we have data or not. Yeah, so the data did not get loaded in address table. The reason being, we are using the connection from tdb connection, but the transaction was not committed. So I will make a mark auto commit, so that whenever there's a transaction in the db, it will get committed automatically. So let's try again to see if we have data or not. Yeah, now the data got loaded. So that is about tdb connection. Now let's say if we have multiple flows, like we have multiple file and then we have multiple table to be loaded. So let's duplicate this and try to understand. So let's create a new table called as address 2. So if we use this property of auto commit, then it will commit twice from tdb output 1, tdb output 2, and it will do an increase in the number of transactions. So to avoid this, we have a component called as tdbcommit. So it will commit the transaction at once at the last. So first I'll do on subjob okay from first subjob to another second. Now after the last subjob, I will just say tdb commit. So I need to pass the properties. It will again be mysql, and it can reuse a component tdb uh, connection one. So after this unsub job, okay, it will commit the transaction, and I can, after committing the transaction, it will close the connection as well. So now I will uncheck this auto commit. I will truncate the table address. Address 2 will anyways will get created. So let's execute the job. Yeah, now the job is executed. To see if we have data in address or not. Yeah, we do have data in address. Now let's see if we have data in address 2 or not. Yeah, we do have data in address 2 as well. So it is a good practice to use these components like tdb connection to reuse the connection multiple times, and tdb commits to reduce the transaction number of transactions and commit at last. So this is a good practice to use these components. So that's all for today. We'll see you soon.